It's movie time with John DeSando and his friends online. So everything is gonna be just fine. From the top down to the bottom. He's gonna let you know if you should stay home or if you should go. Might even yell if it's a spectacle. From San Francisco to Long Island. 'Cause nothing's better than a motion video. Listen up.
It's Movie Time. It's produced and hosted by John DeSando. Listen to broadcast shows Fridays at 4:01 and 8:01 p.m. Read reviews and listen to shows online at WCBE.org.
I'm John DeSando,
And I'm G Kline.
and this is It's Movie Time. Well, Ken, got a strange title here.
Oh, hi.
Yeah,
We've got a fun one for you folks.
Right.
At least I think it's a fun one.
I do too. I was afraid it was going to be something more about the Buckeyes, but fortunately not. But it does have Molly Gordon.
Molly Gordon. Molly Gordon is one of my favorites right now, John. We know her from a movie about 2 years ago called Theater Camp. And Theater Camp was one of my three favorite movies of 2023. I just love that movie.
Right, yeah.
And she is a, she has a type that she likes to play. She likes to play this geeky, slightly oversexed, neurotic Jewish woman. Kind of the same role that Fran Drescher or Sarah Silverman might have played 20 years ago. And she's got this role nailed. And so she's sort of Sarah Silverman for millennials.
Yeah, and I told you I was really liked Sarah Silverman for so many years. Haven't seen her in a while.
No, she pops up once in a while on TV.
Yeah,
Now Molly Gordon has been acting since she was in elementary school. She acted, she went to theater camps all through her life. So she is a consummate actress, director, scriptwriter, and she is really good at giving us three-dimensional characters. That's one of the things I love about her, is her characters are complicated, they're well fleshed out, and she brings in a good cast of really good, strong, not necessarily well-known, but good, competent actors.
I mean, the director is Sophie Brooks.
Sophie Brooks,
and I've never seen The Boy Downstairs, and I don't know what else she's done.
Not much.
Yeah.
She's definitely an art house director. And that's also what Molly Gordon's used to working with, because she's working on a very small budget. The budget of this movie was only about $1 million.
Right.
And that would buy you 1 minute of CGI for a Marvel film.
But I think your thesis all along has been you can have a really good film for not much.
You will always make money on a $1 million movie. This is the thing that studios have learned, is a $1 million movie will always make money because it can make that much back its opening weekend.
Well, and it can go abroad.
It can go abroad.
I remember listening to this advice years ago to people. If you want to invest in something that's going to give you a return, invest in a movie.
Invest in a low-budget movie.
Yeah. Right.
Don't necessarily invest in a $200 million movie.
No.
Invest in a $1 million movie, because if it opens on 800 screens, it's going to make $1 million at least in its opening weekend. That's almost a lock. But it's not going to make a lot of money. It's going to make, maybe $1 million for its investment. It's not going to be the $1 billion movie the way that Frozen or, one of the Marvel films was.
Well, I recently have enjoyed several rom-coms or dark comedies anyway, but rom-com, when in fact I just did Together with Wayne.
Yes.
And we found something out of that. Again, a romantic comedy. We had the one, The Materialist, which was my favorite to come around in a long time.
The Materialist was a great film.
Right, so we've had strange takes on the romantic comedy.
So what does Molly Gordon give us? Well, we know she's quirky. We know she likes being quirky. So this is a story of a couple that's been dating for 4 months, Iris and Isaac.
Yeah.
And they're going on their first romantic getaway. They're going to they've rented a little farmhouse in Salem, Massachusetts.
Right. Isn't that advice for horror films? Do not do that.
Do not go. So they're going to this little farmhouse in Salem, Massachusetts, and everything seems to be fine. But this movie is the story of what happens when you find out that your boyfriend is really not your boyfriend. Well, he's tied to a bed after some kinky sex.
Well, this is millennial stew. I mean, the guys who are afraid in the end for a commitment. Don't you think this is everything's sexy and happy till they get And I love it. So she really gets him to a point where he says, I'm not interested in a relationship.
Yeah, this is all of the relationship angst that people experience in their first few months. Okay, what if he's not that into me? What if he's just, looking at me as a fling? What if I'm not pretty enough or I'm not knowledgeable enough? Because he is much more cultured than she is. He's probably better looking than she is. She's thinking, oh wow, I've really nailed an A-lister. And she's really trying to lock this down.
There's a lot, although you're going to get to the sexual motif, I'm sure. But before that, there's subtlety that I really enjoyed, for instance, when they bought their strawberries.
Oh, yeah.
I really thought that was a fine introduction to his character.
Yeah.
He's the blank slate. We pretty much know that she just wants to be in love and she wants a relationship. But we can't quite figure out when he starts flirting.
He's flirting with the strawberry lady, who,
right.
by the way, is the movie's producer.
Is that right?
Yeah, this is a tight budget.
Oh, good.
So the strawberry lady, and she points out when she gets back in the car, she's like, strawberry lady was flirting with you. And she doesn't mention that he was flirting back. She's trying to be tactful.
Right. Thank you.
And then and then they get to the place and they find this wonderful little farmhouse. But he's, sitting there in the chair in the lawn reading a book. And she's more of a movie person, and they find, things start exposing that she's not quite as cultured as he is, she's perhaps not quite as smart as he is. But then, of course, the big news comes as he's tied to a bed.
Right.
Now, I want to point out, this is not a Misery movie. Do you remember Misery?
Of course.
Okay, this is not Misery. To say that this movie bears any resemblance to Misery is insulting this movie, because this movie is really more about relationships and phobias and anxieties than it is about, trapping somebody to torture them on a bed. That's not what this movie is about.
I love that motif. I mean, this is a guy who really is tied down now.
He's not going anywhere.
No,
he is naked on a bed, and he is naked on the bed for the next hour
He
of
does
the
it
movie.
very well, because the movie shows you how deceptive he is. Deceptive, perhaps not even wanting to be so. He's here for a good time with her.
Yeah.
And like so many of us, going into a relationship for a long time, enjoying the company of, until we get to that moment when you're going to have to say whether you are into a relationship or not. And this guy is not even close to being ready to
No.
But
And
I
the
don't
poor
like
look on Molly's face,
Yeah.
Iris's face, when she gets the news. And this is what I like about this script so much, is these characters, neither one of them is the hero. Neither one is completely good, but neither one is completely bad either. He's not the bad guy. He's just on a whole different agenda, and he's in a different place in his life, and he's got his own list of anxieties that he's got to flush out. She hasn't been in a relationship for a while. She has a hard time meeting people. She was really expecting a lot of things. So she's a very well-developed character, and it's just these two pathetic people that meet, and miscommunications happen, and they happen while he's chained to a bed.
She gives up quite a bit for him, as we know many women do. For guys who don't know what they want and they're giving up. Don't let me confuse this though. Is she take the teaching job? Is that? No, that's right. So there, we don't know anything.
We don't know anything about their employment.
That's right.
We don't know anything about their life, other than the fact that she just has a hard time meeting people.
Yeah.
She's a little neurotic. They're both from New York. And he...
Which goes along with neuroses.
Well, yes, and Molly, who wrote the script, she is very good at leaving out the stuff that we don't need to know. So she concentrates here for the next hour on Molly's character trying desperately to win over Isaac, because she so desperately wants to be in this relationship. Meanwhile, he's naked, chained to a bed. Then she does the thing that I think every millennial woman would do. She calls her BFF. and her BFF comes over with her boyfriend.
Right, and the two of them are cute as hell.
They are adorable. All three of them are adorable. And even the boyfriend ends up going upstairs to the room, and he's like, oh, the poor guy.
It gets a little bit absurd, but it's part of the fun.
And well, there's also this possible little. Is Isaac a closeted gay man too? Because there's a relationship that builds between Isaac, chained to the bed, and Kenny, who's up there sort of, being his friend.
Yeah, that's good.
So there's another, aspect to the list. Molly throws in a lot of subplots, maybe even one or two too many subplots, but I'd rather have that than shallow characters.
Yeah, and this one, again, I don't want to confuse it. Is there anybody else besides the couple that visits?
Just the neighbor Steve, who is this very odd person next door to the rented farmhouse, who plays a minor role. So really, the entire cast of this movie is 5 people. They filmed this movie in one small farmhouse. In fact, the cast was sleeping in the farmhouse at night. They filmed it almost like you filmed the Night of the Living Dead. It was very, very much guerrilla filmmaking, and on a nothing budget. And you've got this, because you have such a good script, you've got this really good, tight film about relationship anxiety, friendship, and how people react when things go horribly, horribly wrong, completely out of left field.
There's a threat to bring the outside world in by the fact that he might go to the police.
He could go to the police, she could go to jail. She's kidnapped him by holding him against his will.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of extremes at play in this as it plays out, but she still manages to keep it funny.
Yes,
It's very lighthearted, very tongue-in-cheek. Every single line is trying to get a laugh, and I really, really enjoyed it. Now, is it an outright comedy? No, it's much too complicated for that.
Would you call it dark comedy?
They're trying to go for screwball comedy. They were really trying, Molly's trying to go for classic Katharine Hepburn, Cary Grant, bringing up baby, but the problem is that Molly is too smart and she's too knowledgeable to write something dumbed down enough to be a true screwball comedy.
All right, G Kline. If anybody wants to hear more, and they always want to hear about more from you, they'll have to go to our website, WCBE.org, and to our podcast experience. In this case, because it's movie time as the base, here we have Back Talk. So, tell me, what do you advise our audience?
If you love smart, witty comedies, this is a really great one playing right now. The movie has gotten great reviews. I loved it. I love everything Molly Gordon does. We don't get enough stuff from her. I love this a lot.
He's gonna let you know